Hello there, my members. I hope you are doing well. I am, as many of you may have heard, as part of my offerings to you, I decided to move the twice a month, the new moon and full moon pick a card readings exclusively to my members only section. Um, I think it just makes more sense. It's more organized that way. So that way these readings can be in your playlist. They don't get jumbled up in the mostly political readings that I do. So and part of my motivation for doing it is to give you all the bonus content that I promised you. So thank you so much for your support for the channel. I appreciate it to the fullest. Don't forget also another part of the bonus for being a member of the channel is every last Friday. I do have a live Zoom members only meeting. And all you have to do, if you haven't already gotten up with me about that, is just shoot me an email at touchedbytarot@gmail.com and I'll send you the link. I don't put that online because I want to keep it private. And I'd love to see you there. Okay. All right. So we have ourselves a new moon in Cancer. I am actually taping this Wednesday morning, the date of the new moon. I love to sit in the energy. I know a lot of readers do it ahead of time, but I really like to be, with my guides. I just always feel like I need to be right in the thick of that energy when I do these readings for you all. So that said, let's go. We've got 3 piles in front of me, and I will tell you up front, this card came at the bottom of the deck and Spirit said don't ignore it. So this is an overall, whatever pile you choose, this is an overall theme that Spirit gave for today's reading for you all. That we got the Wheel of Fortune. I love that because when we get this energy ruled by Jupiter, and what just occurred to me, I get it now. Thank you, Spirit. Jupiter just went into Cancer not long ago. I want to say this week or certainly recently, but we have a transit now. Jupiter in Cancer from now until June of 26, right? So it's there a whole year. So Wheel of Fortune ruled by Jupiter, growth, good luck, karma. Think about the Wheel of Fortune in terms of cycles of life, beginning new cycles. Sometimes reviewing what has happened in the past, but always with a view towards moving towards your future. All right. And again, this new moon is in Cancer. So I love Jupiter having gone into Cancer. I get it. I see why Spirit brought this out. So for those of you interested, if you read tarot, just be conscious of the energy of the Wheel of Fortune throughout this reading. And again, some of you may choose one pile, more than one. You know how my new and full moon readings work. All right. So let's introduce the piles to you. I pulled 2 catalyst cards. I got some of my crystals, some of my babies here on the sidelines that have been cleansed and just adding some energy. I've got a beautiful quartz cluster here. I've got a smoky quartz cluster. Gorgeous, right? And then my handy, hefty amethyst wand. All right, so we got some good energy happening here on the table already. All right, let's go in, you all. Pile number 1. Your catalyst cards that came for you are freedom and ritual. Freedom and ritual. This could be rituals that you do or are called to do to promote freedom. This could be, breaking blocks, obstacles. We know that Cancer has everything to do with the family, the Divine Mother, what you are doing in terms of self-care. So that could be ritual, cleansing rituals, meditation, anything that you are doing. Ritual is about, what you do with purpose. It is something that you do, lighting a candle, saying a prayer, even journaling can be a ritual, but it is something here that's calling you to freedom. All right, so that's pile number 1, ritual and freedom. Pile number 2, your catalysts that came are duality and a healer. I love that. Couple of things come to mind, Spirit's giving me, is some of you may be going through a process of healing, or if you are a healer and interested in the healing arts, you could be helping people understand their duality, light and dark, the divine feminine and masculine, being at both active and I want want to say passive, but you know what I mean, in the most positive sense of that word. Um, hmm. And the spirit just gave me, and this is spirit and earth, the duality between the spiritual realm and the earthly realm. And this healing energy, or you being a healer, or some of you working with a healer, being called to work with a healer to reconcile. There's that aspect of duality, shadow work, just really understanding that we are all made up of dual natures. We all have those aspects of ourselves that are highly evolved and those parts that are, more tied to the earth. And we work on those. So that might be what some of the healing that you're doing. And for pile number 3, your catalyst cards are a message of guidance with divination. Don't those two go well together? And you know how I work, different decks. So those two came together, definitely a deliberate thing from spirit there, because a message of guidance is one reason why we go to divination, right? And even though you see runes depicted on this card, divination could be tarot, it could be, any form of a pendulum work, dowsing rods, tea leaves, right? Anything that you use for divination purposes, there's a message of guidance there for you. All right. All right. So I'm going to put these two over to the side, and let's get ready to go in on pile number 1. Those of you who were drawn to the ritual and freedom catalysts. All right. I'm going to put those there. So you can see them in the front. Actually, I'm going to put them to the side. All right. And we'll refer back to those. All right. Let's see what came for you, pile number 1. We have the 6 of Wands. They call it coral in this deck. So the 6 of Wands. Ritual and freedom. This is energy that you are expending or will expend towards some aspect of your freedom. And we have the Queen of Wands that comes as well. I love that she's coming in the feminine aspect because Cancer is reflective of the Divine Mother. But here you're the Divine Mother, but not more so in action that you are prepared to take, or in energy that you are ready to expend so that you can feel more free in your life. We have curiosity of fire. Look at all this fire that's coming for you, pile number 1. And curiosity in this deck represents a page energy, young, rejuvenation, restarting. Remember, we had that Wheel of Fortune, cycles of life. That's really fascinating. You're ready to do, because ritual requires action. You are ready to do something, pile number 1, that leads you into a greater sense of freedom. And because you're getting all this fire energy, it's telling me that the spirit is telling me that for you, it's some of you may be in need of some fresh motivation, feeling more engaged with your life. You could be going through a lot of things that make you feel sort of bound up or stagnant. And you're definitely, pages, remember, curiosity. What makes you feel like you're ready? That's that 6 of Wands. That spirit is saying with the 6 of Wands, many people call that the victory card. But it is victory that comes after applied effort. And that ritual is applied effort. All right. I hope that makes sense. And you got the Ace of Cups. I love that this is now. Here comes the water, because we're in this new moon in Cancer. So you have the Ace of Cups. This is a beginning, like resetting the clock, the Wheel of Fortune, entering a new time of your life. New moons do encourage us to set new goals and set our intentions for what we want to come, what we want to bring to pass and manifest. So that is what you've got going on, is a new cycle of your life. And that cycle leads you to feeling more free, but it comes from you, pile number 1. That's definitely because you've got that ritual and freedom and all this fiery energy. Spirit is saying, the guides are telling you, this is going to come. This freedom, this emotional freedom in Cancer energy comes because of what you do, what you put into motion. This isn't just about sitting around and dreaming it up. This is about actually doing something that brings it to bear. And now I'm getting into your oracles. It says, let this be your sign. Wow. And look at that pathway forward. Let this be your sign. That's a message from your guide saying, definitely, you might want to watch this reading more than once. You might want to take a screenshot of some of these cards and sit with them and see how it resonates with you, because this is definitely, let this be your sign. This is your pathway forward. This new moon in Cancer is definitely calling you to take action through ritual that's going to make you feel more free and connected to your life. And I just looked down and saw, I connect with heaven. And another stairway, another pathway, for some reason that's really relevant. I want to share that with you as well. Definitely a new cycle of life. And I want to read this message for you. It says, a challenging situation holds a hidden lesson for your growth. By turning inward, you can find peace and transform resentment into understanding. Embrace this moment as a step towards serenity and trust that every experience leads you closer to your true self. I'm going to hold that up in case you want to screenshot it. Another confirmation that this new moon in Cancer, pile number 1, is taking you to your another place. That's it. Another place in your development, and another place that really gives you a sense of freedom in allowing yourself to be who you really are and trusting your actions, because all of that fire, there's a sense of renewal and trusting your actions, and the rituals are what it's like. Fuel is what spirit is, the word spirit just gave me. The ritual is the fuel that prompts you to be able to continue to take those actions. And I can't believe this, I just looked down. Now, I'm assuming most of you have been with me before when I do these. I do not see these cards. I pull them ahead of time, so I save a little time before taping, but I don't see them until I start, revealing them to you. And look at this. Take inspired action. I'm done. I am done with you, pile number 1. Take inspired action. Ritual. I'm going to put that over there by that ritual, because that's your inspired action right there. And whatever that is, and it comes in the energy of Virgo. Virgo is what we do routinely. It is very often indicative of our day-to-day lives. So maybe your ritual is daily prayer, daily meditation, daily lighting a candle, daily, watering a plant, whatever it is that's your inspired action. Action is a key word for you all, pile number 1. You have music. All right, maybe some of that action is dancing or listening to music, even listening to healing frequencies or sound healing bowls, or just jamming, right? Pulling up your playlist and jamming. Because with fire, it could be you want to dance a little bit. Dancing could give you a sense of freedom in your body, which then frees your mind. You get it. All right, we have a goddess here. She is Anandamayi Ma. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong, but she is called the Joy Permeated Mother. I am my own guru. I know the self that never changes. Wow. Wow, pile number 1. You are your own guru. And there's a discovery that's being offered to you in this new moon in Cancer. That while you may need or desire guidance and healing and working with others and having your spiritual community, but you are emerging through this energy in particular. You are emerging as your own guru. And that also is the freedom to trust your own authority, the freedom to take inspired action. That is the joy permeated mother. This brings you joy. That also ties into that Ace of Cups that you got, right? Because that is a very joyful energy. And it's you being on the precipice of that joy. Remembering again, this is Wheel of Fortune energy, you going into a new cycle of life, desiring a new cycle of life. You have magic. Ooh. Now, all right. I'm looking at these swirls at the top too. There's so much movement around you, pile number one. Magic. That's part of your ritual. Being free to explore magic. Learning what magic really means. You know, magic is a discipline. Magic is a study. Magic is not just waving a wand and things happen. Magic is understanding your relationship to the universe and that you carry magic within you. And there's so many things in life that get us distracted from that. And then, ooh, and then Spirit comes and says, and clear your blockages. All right? You have the fire sheep. This is from my Chinese astrology deck. Clear your blockages. All right? Because that's what, so those rituals that free you clear your blockages. I have two chakra cards that came from for you. The root chakra and balancing your chakras. So this is a message from Spirit, you all. If you're not into chakra work, then that might be a part of your ritual as well, to get into, to learn about the chakras, to learn. We just had that clear your blockages, right? Spirit, it does not play. I love this work. That's why I'm so passionate about it, because truly, if we just, calm down enough to hear, Spirit does speak. And I know so often many of us feel like I'm praying, I'm doing this, but I'm not really getting the message. Sometimes you just have to settle into it and just let it add up, right? So there you have it. There's a pathway for you to do chakra work, to learn about the different areas of your body and to deliberately practice balancing those areas. That's your joy permeated energy. And finally, you have gypsum that's come as a stone, and it says softness, growth, and shape shifting. Wow, I want to hold that up for you. Gypsum, softness, growth, Wheel of Fortune, Jupiter, growth, and shape shifting, magic, becoming this incredible, powerful, your own guru, unblocked self. And when you do all of that, you're free. Wow. Wow. I love it. All right. I hope that helped. Pile number one. Look into your chakra work. Look into any areas that you may feel that there are blockages, and sort of homeopathic, natural ways. Music helps unblock, musical frequencies or whatever. Music for you seems to come up very strongly as well. And see what comes from there. All right. I hope that was helpful. Moving on to pile number two. Those who had the catalyst, drawn to the catalyst of duality and the healer. Let's put those there. And let's see what came for you. Let me take a sip of my coffee. All right. We have the Eight of Spears. Eight of Wands. No, this is the Eight of Swords. I'm sorry. These decks sometimes throw me with the way they name. I feel like that's more the Eight of Swords, the spears, and just because of the image, the depiction there. So going back to that healing energy in the duality, pile number two, this looks like right off the bat, stressful time. But you know what's interesting about the Eight of of swords or spears, they're calling it, is very often when you're in this energy, this type of energy, it's like anticipating what could go wrong. It's not just like the sky is falling and things are just maybe going really bad for you right now, but it's enough going on around you that it impacts the way you think. You have the King of Pentacles. They call him the King of Treasure there. So there could be some, during this new moon in Cancer, you could be concerned about your welfare, your protection, your safety, what you own, your investments, your savings, your spending. All of those things could be tied into that eight of spears or swords. But there's you being in charge of it, and you have the Queen. They call her the generosity of fire, but that's the Queen of Wands. So there's something here. And again, I'm referring back everything back to your catalyst cards, because there is something here where you are in between stages. Like the duality is there is enough. There is protection. There is safety. And that is very much a Cancer energy as well. The home, feeling comfortable, food, shelter, family, those things that support you. And it comes with this Queen of Wands that's saying, having more confidence about it and shifting your thoughts, shifting how you feel. Because guess what also came? Your fourth tarot card is the Sun. And that is life-giving and life-affirming, playful, childlike. This duality, Spirit is saying you are both adult and child. I don't know where that came from, but that's what I just got in that duality. There's the responsibility and the heaviness of or what can feel like heaviness of having to consider your financial situation, your home, your relationships, etc. All the things, the physical things that make you feel safe in life. But there's a confidence that Spirit wants you to have about that, because there is this Sun. There's so much more to come. There's joy, and there's playfulness, and there's a mindset shift that Spirit is saying, if you can have that, recognizing the duality, there's nothing wrong in considering and paying attention and dealing with what has to be done. But at the same time, deciding where you're going to really place your energy and putting that energy in. I know, I just heard the refrain from Annie. Is it Annie? The sun will come out tomorrow, right? Right? No matter what it's looking like right now, there is something better that's coming for you. And that's that healer energy. Spirit is coming in this reading as your healer, pile number 2. Wow, I just got that. That's powerful. Spirit is coming as your healer. And to give you the duality of earth and spirit, the concerns, the practical concerns that you may have, along with your enduring faith and belief in the joy of life, the goodness of life. You have a message from your third eye. So this is tapping into your innate ability to see the potential of the Sun, to see the potential of success, to see the potential of, no matter what is going on in the world around me, in my own circumstances, etc., I know that this is a phase. This is a moment in time, and I am in the act of healing. I am in the act of moving from one state to another. I am free is a message that you have here, and it says the veil of ego lifts, revealing a new vision of my life. That third eye. Focused on my inner growth, I listen to the voice of my heart and remain grounded in love, free from fear, judgment, and duality. Oh my God. I step confidently towards inner peace. Free from fear, judgment, and duality, I step confidently toward inner peace. Now, y'all know how I work these different decks. I don't even know what's coming until I start revealing these cards. Look at that. All right, you might want to take a screenshot of that one. So while there's a recognition of the duality, you are free from it. And the way that you get free from this worry is through your third eye, seeing above the day to day circumstances, healing, and really working to heal those fears, to heal from whether this is a pattern, a sense of lack, a sense of scarcity, and not just financials. Again, when we see pentacles this way, it can be your relationships. It can be, will I ever find love or support or, and as well as finances, except, but it's the things that comprise our lives that make us feel safe and secure. Those are the things that are represented in a King of Pentacles. And so your third eye, Spirit is saying, keep your head to the sky, keep your eyes on the prize. And that duality message, it was definitely for you. All right? Trust the universe. Oh, wow. Bring it, Spirit. Bring it. Trust the universe, pile number 2. Look, freedom there. Head back, tilt it back, head to the sky. Trust the universe. Those two images really resonate. Right? Arms open. Trust the universe to take care of whatever this situation is that you're undergoing right now, pile number 2. Because there's more. And there's a timing element here. I get it that what may be concerning you is real. It's not like brush your shoulders off, but there's a forward momentum that Spirit is offering you here. There's retribution that comes, which is really interesting. Some of you may have lost a job, lost a person, lost something that, or know somebody who's going through that you're connected to, because there's a little bit of get back there. Retribution is this happened, which could have you in that 8 of Swords energy, that sort of I don't want to call it victim mindset, but just sort of a why me, why now, why this sort of thinking. And so there's retribution there. Like, on the one hand, I feel like Spirit is saying there will be retribution. Trust the universe. Things will get handled. You don't have to worry about, being the one who takes care of it, because the universe is going to step in on your behalf and you'll be free from it. You have the white calf buffalo woman who comes, and she's the prophetess of the sacred way. My heart is a compass. The path of love is true abundance. Whatever has happened to you, around you, maybe you may be really an empath, pile number 2. And so some of what you are feeling, some of this worry could be not even just what's happening in your own life, but bearing witness to the times that we're in right now and what so many people are going through. And that could be impacting you as well, especially if you're an empath. But here she comes, the prophetess of the sacred way, trusting the universe. She's saying your heart is a compass, and that there's a path of love is your path forward. Really loving. So instead of sitting in fear or questioning, it's more for you right now. This new moon in Cancer is offering you an opportunity to tune into the abundance, the generosity of the universe, the trust in the universe, knowing that there is something bigger that at stake, and and at work, that is in your mix right now, right? That's your healer. I said, excuse me, I said earlier, I got from Spirit, they're saying we are coming as your healer. We are here to heal you. You have fierce compassion. Wow. That's your spirit guides, pile number 2. A guide or guides. You are covered. And there's an energy being drawn toward you. from your guides, from the sacred divine, the mother, the divine mother. And this is coming very strong feminine energy as well, even going to that queen of wands that we have there, generosity of fire, with that buffalo calf woman. um, there is such powerful protection around you, and healing, love, and also going back, new moon in Cancer, and Cancer representing the divine mother. You have the wood ox that comes. Knowledge brings wisdom. This is a learning curve that you're going through. Wow. Keeping in mind, I think I put it over to the side. When I started the taping, yes, here it is. Remember, the another catalyst that applied to all three piles was this Wheel of Fortune. A cycle of life, Jupiter in Cancer, growth, your wisdom growing, knowledge. There's a part of this moment in time that is encouraging you to build your knowledge base. What do you know about your connection to spirit? What do you, not just acknowledging it, but feeling it, pile number two, I'm sorry, feeling it, embracing it, having a sense of it, like not just theoretically, not just in a prayer, not just faith. I know that God exists, or my spirit guides exist, like knowing it, but but embracing it so that it actually starts, you start resonating with it. I think that's what spirit is saying. You start resonating with it. And you've got the root chakra that comes. I am nourished and supported by Mother Earth. This is definitely a time where you are undergoing something that, and it could even be an illness. I just heard that as well. Healer, like literal, an illness, or a fear of an illness, recouping from an illness, seeking help, and aging comes into play here as well. So there's some of that, but the root chakra is what keeps you safe, right? That's that King of Pentacles energy. So for you all, and in the new moon in Cancer, Spirit is 100% saying, we're here for you. We want you to be wise. We want you. Wood reflects growth as well within the Chinese astrology. So there is growth. Jupiter, growth. Jupiter in Cancer, this new moon in Cancer. You are growing past whatever this has been right now that's made you question or wonder about your health, your finances, your support, your friendships, your relationships, the things that make your life stable. You are undergoing a period of healing in that. And it is definitely the divine who has shown up here in your reading today, pile number two, that's saying, trust us. But trusting can't just be, okay, I trust you. Like that's my mantra. I trust you. I trust you. I trust. No, it's got to be to the point where you vibrate on it. Where you know that you know that you know. Okay, pile, and whatever you have to do to get you in that space. That's the key. Your third eye is very important. Really tapping into your intuition, following your gut, trusting your gut. Pay attention to what comes to you. Pay attention to the messages that ping you. Pay attention to social media posts that might just go, ooh, that just really resonates and sits with you. Pay attention to songs that you may hear, finding a coin on the sidewalk, like all those kinds of things, because that's the divine coming to you. And finally, you have geologist, knowledge, analysis, and categorization. This is crystal. This is from a crystal deck. Rather than giving you a specific crystal, and I think this goes to knowledge brings wisdom and that root chakra work. Remember, crystals are from the earth, that earthy energy of the root chakra, pile number two. So part of your wisdom could be a study or an embracing of the crystal kingdom. And something even made me pull out my big babies to kind of surround this reading today energetically. Study your crystals, study crystal wisdom, healing energy. That white buffalo calf woman, the sacred way, the path of healing, studying healers. There's the wisdom and the knowledge that you gain from studying the pathways of healers. There is something in that for you all, pile number 2, that inspires you, and it allows you to start vibrating in alignment with this divine energy that's coming to help you. All right? I hope that was helpful to you. And I would love to hear your feedback and see how that goes. Get your third eye chakra work, your root chakra work, and your crystal work will be very important during this time. All right? All right. Moving on now to pile number 3. Your catalyst cards are that message of guidance along with divination, those two going together so well. That's very often how we get our guidance, is through divination, through systems like this. Let's see what came. We have a 5 of Wands, conflict, some sort of conflict, with the King of Wands. Who's calling the shots? And being in command of your own actions and your own energy. And because you chose these two cards, there's something that the guidance that you need right now, or are in search of, or is coming toward you, your spirit guide speaking, is going to have to do with how to take charge to clear up whatever the conflict is around you right now. You have another 5 that comes, and that's the 5 of Cups. 5s meaning, in tarot, 5s can be more challenging energy. New moon in Cancer. So an emotional struggle that may be as a result of conflict around you, within you, that's coming toward you. But this, going back to this King, this is you being in command of that. So your pathway forward, past the disappointment or past the emotional feeling like you're emotionally repressed, perhaps, or having some latent anger, or being subject to anger from others, because there's courage that's coming for you here. The 7 of Fire or Wands, this is a stand your ground energy. And because you already have this King of Wands, you're being tested, pile number 3. And I don't mean tested in a bad way. I mean, just there's an evolution that's occurring. Going back, again, I bring this out. This was a catalyst for all 3 piles. The Wheel of Fortune is a new cycle of life, or representing cycles of life. And it is going from one stage of being to another. It's ruled by Jupiter. So growing beyond it. This is you growing beyond external and internal strife, because that 5 of Wands can, arguing, feeling resistance, and then internalizing that with the 5 of Cups, that disappointment. But remembering too, with that 5 of Cups, you always have more to look forward to. Everything is not spilled. Spirit reminds us in that 5 that there is more to look forward to. It does require some bravery and some like regrouping on your part. And that's why some of you may be really in need of guidance right now from your spirit guides. It has here, it's time to shine. And I'm going to go ahead and pull this one too, because I just looked down and saw it. Discovering. I'm going to read what this says. Release old beliefs and limitations. Open yourself to new ideas and endless possibilities. Embrace adaptability and the freedom to explore new perspectives. As you let go of the past, you unlock deeper layers of your potential and discover the expansive worlds within. I want to hold that up in case you want to screenshot it. Pile number 3, Spirit is saying there is more to your existence than what you may be currently living. Excuse me, I've been doing a lot of talking this morning. And what's really cool about it is through divination, you discover more about yourself versus having so much of your energy taken up by what's going on around you, because that's kind of, energetically, that's what I'm getting from this reading for you all, is you're really exposed, or you are absorbing a lot of what you are being exposed to externally, whether that's in your home, your job, your relationships, the world at large, whatever that is. But there's a need for that, you're being called in this discovering, releasing those limitations, and it's time to shine. It's like you coming into your own. It says find a balance, and it comes in Libra, right? Did I see Libra there? Yeah. Full moon in Libra, finding a balance. Because you can't disengage entirely from whatever this conflict, whatever's bringing this sense of conflict to you, and therefore that sense of disappointment. You can't disengage from it. But at the same time, you can find a balance. And this does feel something in relationships. So for some of you, not for everybody, for some of you, this could be standing up to this King of Wands, some energy that does feel oppressive to you or contentious, or you're trying to work your peace with it, because Libra very often indicates relationships and wanting a win-win, wanting a balance, wanting, I want you to be happy, I want me to be happy. How do we achieve that? And if this is reflective of someone who is challenging you, because that was cushioned on either side by those two fives, the Five of Cups and the Five of Wands, then this is your way. You're discovering your own courage to allow your truth to shine. I want to see what else comes here. Exhilaration. Ha! It's your time. That ties to that. It's your time to shine. Pile number 3. Exhilaration. That is your message of guidance in this reading. That this is temporary, and there is a time of exhilaration that is coming. Your pathway to that is to continue to seek out messages from the divine, either because you know how to read for yourselves, or you'll learn how to read for yourselves. But it is exposing yourself to something beyond whatever this is that's been making you feel a little repressed, oppressed, like you're trying to just keep the peace, and you need a pathway forward. That's why you're interested in getting a message from Spirit and divination, because you need that pathway forward. You have Mary of Nazareth who shows up, the mother of God. I am blessed. My courage gives birth to the divine. You have that Seven of Wands, that stand your ground card of courage. All right, along with Mother Mary. This has been a test. I keep coming back to that. This has been a test of your own self-worth, a test of your own ability to, and willingness, they're telling me, willingness to stand up for yourself. And it's not about fighting. It's not about aggression. It's not about, going down some other pathway. It's really about that balance and understanding the extent to which outside forces for you, pile number three, outside forces do not have to become inside truths. That's exactly how they gave it to me. Please, you may have to play it again because I won't remember. But outside forces do not have to be inside truths, internal truths. There's a higher love. Mm, wow, a higher love. If some of you have been in traumatic, abusive situations, and that could be both in your close relationships, it could be in the workplace, it could be in friendships, whatever. There's a calling in this new moon in Cancer for you to go. That Mother Mary who came, there's a calling for you to remember that you are loved. Bottom line, you are loved, and it is a higher love. If you have been really caught up in needing and wanting, which we all do, we're human, the approval and love of an authority, a person, a job, friends, whatever that is, if your sense of worth and value has been tied up in this, attaining this level of connection or approval or success through something else, Spirit is bringing you back to home base and saying your balance is by remembering this higher love. Release your attachments, pile number three. And by that, it doesn't mean you got to let go necessarily of a person, although it is what it is, if that applies to you. But it's not encouraging. It's saying attachments to your thought patterns, attachments to your habits, attachments to your belief systems. This is how life is supposed to be, or this is what I need to do in order for life to be the way I want it to be. Like attachments to anything that does not serve you, attachments to other people's ideas about what's right and wrong. All right. And you have the sacral chakra that comes for you. That area of water, which is really interesting. The sacral chakra is ruled by the element of water, and so that goes with Cancer, new moon in Cancer. This watery energy, higher love energy. But think about the sacral chakra, working with that to heal yourself, to be creative, because the sacral chakra is our point of pleasure and our point of birth. It is the womb area, and that's not dependent on gender, but it's that creative part of our bodies, the regenerative part of our bodies, the procreation part of our bodies. So this is you giving birth to yourself through a higher love and not being dependent on, again, whatever you've been looking at outside that has brought you some conflict. All right. And finally, your gemstone that will help you now is jet. And the key words for jet are elevation, opening, and grief. Jet being a very protective stone as well. Pile number three, you have had, and again, it makes sense. That's why you were drawn to this message of guidance and divination, because whatever your circumstances have been around you, a person, a job, a thing, you know what that is. It has felt oppressive. It has felt perhaps overwhelming. And as a result of that, you have not been able to shine. You have not been able to feel exhilaration. But that is what, if you release your need for that person's approval, that job's approval, that whatever it is, your own internal beliefs around who you should be or what you should be doing or what you should have had or whatever, that's where this stone will help you as well. And that's what gets you tied into this sense of higher love. And that's what this new moon in Cancer wants, is for you to have that sense of higher love and security and emotional security. All right. and energetic security, because it is time for you to shine. It just takes a little courage on your part. And by all means, continue to go to spirit and get divination. If you don't know how to do it and you can afford it, it's cool. Get a reading, get a healing, go get, reach out and get the support that you need, because there is this exhilaration that's ready for you. All right? All right. I hope that was helpful. I'd love to hear from you. Take really good care of yourself, and I will talk to you real soon again. I guess I should run through the decks that I used today real quick for you all. I've been using this a lot lately. Spirit's like, keep going with it. It's working. The Crystal Oracle. I have chakra cards. We have the Chinese 5 Elements Oracle. What We've Forgotten Oracle. Law of Positivism. Life Messages card deck. Intuitive Whispers Oracle. Oracle of the Universe. The Divine Feminine Oracle. The Rosebud Tarot. The Ocean Tarot deck. And Voices of the Souls. All right. Okay, everybody, take really good care of yourselves. Let me know what you thought. I hope it was helpful. Again, I thank you so very much for your support, and I'll see you again real soon. Take good care. Bye.